If the government shuts down on Wednesday, you may be thinking, this doesn't impact me, but I got bad news for you. It definitely does. Before we get into the government shutdown, what it is, when the deadline is, and how it impacts you, my name is Rick. I help you turn daily news into daily profits. If that's something you're into, make sure you follow this page. So in case you haven't heard, Congress has until 12:01 a.m. on October 1st to come to an agreement on funding for the next fiscal year. Now, this isn't just as simple as Congress saying we need X number of dollars to operate next year. No, they have to get into details with what exactly they need that money for. So some politicians may say we want money for healthcare, while other politicians say we want more money for defense. But they have to come to an agreement to say here's how much money we need and here's how it's going to be spent. And if they can't come up with that agreement before the deadline, federal workers no longer get paid. Now, I know for a lot of people, you may be thinking, well, good, we don't need politicians anyways, but this actually does have an impact on you. You see, the people that are in charge of monetary policy, the Federal Reserve, rely on information brought to them by the government in order to make the decisions on what to do with the interest rates. And some of that information that they rely on is by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, who came out and said that if the government shuts down on Wednesday, they're not going to deliver a report on Friday. And the jobs numbers are one of the most important reports that the Federal Reserve has to rely on to know what exactly to do with our monetary policy. You see, if the jobs numbers come out and they're better than expected, the Federal Reserve knows that they should either keep interest rates the same or potentially raise them. However, on the flip side, if the jobs numbers are weak, they know that either we keep these interest rates the same or we start cutting them again. And all of this is happening as credit card debt just reached another all-time high in the United States. So while there's talk of a possible government shutdown, just know it definitely has an impact on you.
This is big. Congress has to agree on a new spending deal in the next 24 hours, or the government will shut down tomorrow at midnight. You know these are crazy times when the government is about to shut down and Americans are like, honestly, maybe we could all use a break. I'm good. Let's just take a day. No news. No news for one day. I'm good. If Congress can't reach a deal, non-essential workers will stop being paid. I'm not sure what hurts more, hearing that you're non-essential or that you won't be paid. It's like, wait. Yeah, the government has different kinds of employees. For instance, national park employees, non-essential. TSA agents, essential. Air traffic controllers, kind of a gray area. Meanwhile, you know the second the government shuts down, President Trump is going to be like, that's too bad. I was going to tell Congress to release the Epstein files. Anyway, too bad. That's too bad. Sorry, not sorry. Well, to prepare for the shutdown of the government, they just released this message. Take a look at this.
Without a new spending deal by 11:59 p.m. on September 30th, the United States federal government will immediately shut down. Non-essential personnel will be furloughed, and many government functions will cease operations. At that point, all Americans will be invited to visit Spirit Halloween at the Capitol, the nation's largest Spirit Halloween, featuring costumes like Jack-o'-lantern businessman, adult Harry Potter, your Aunt Phyllis, and a life-sized Labubu. See you there.
We say shut it down. 77.7 million people voted exactly what Donald Trump's doing for the nation. And then Chucky Schumer, it's nothing new for us, Chucky, to see you wanting to shut down the government if you do not get what you want. We did not vote for a $1.5 trillion bill to support illegal immigration. We voted for America First, Chuck. Do you guys recall this fucking video? This is what's asinine about the Democratic Party as we see it.
We do not want to shut down the government because you can't get your way.
The last time you shut it down, you had to.
Let me say something, Mr. President.
North Dakota.
This is most unfortunate. And we came in here in good faith, and we're entering into this kind of a discussion.
1.5 trillion? You sure?
Nancy.
No,
It's called transparency.
I know, it's not transparent.
So what the Trump administration is doing right now with this shutdown threat isn't really about a budget. It's about control. And once you understand the psychology behind it, you can see exactly how they're trying to play the American people. Now, normally, right, when the government shuts down, workers are furloughed. They take a pause and then they come back once the shutdown ends. But this time, Trump's team is saying, no, no, no. Permanent firings. That's not a plan to save money. That's intimidation. It's a fear tactic because when people are scared of losing their jobs, they're less likely to speak up. They're less likely to push back. They're less likely to resist. That's how you control a workforce without passing a single law. Now pay attention to this part. The Office of Management and Budget told agencies to cut jobs that don't, quote, align with Trump's agenda. That has nothing to do with whether the jobs actually helps Americans. It's about whether it benefits him. That's authoritarian psychology 101. It's saying your survival depends on the loyalty to one man instead of service to the country. And here's the bigger game. By threatening whole programs like education and healthcare and housing, even scientific research, Trump positions himself as the one who decides if you get to eat, if you get to keep your health care, if your kids get an education. Psychologists call this learned helplessness. When people start to feel like they have no power to change things, they stop trying. They stop fighting back. And that's exactly what leaders like this want. At the same time, he's still shouting, America first. But think about it. If you're cutting education for kids, health care for families, housing support for struggling communities, that is not America's first. That is Trump first. That's gaslighting. That's saying one thing while doing the opposite and hoping you're too confused to call it out. And at the heart of all of this is a narcissist playbook. Create a crisis, break the system, scare the people, and claim you're the only one who can fix it. It's chaos by design. And the cost doesn't fall on him or his billionaire friends. It falls on you, your job, your family, and your future. So here's the real lesson. Don't just watch the politics, watch the psychology. Every move is designed to make you afraid, to make you dependent, and to make you quiet. But once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And once you see it, you can call it what it is. Because at the end of the day, folks, if the president is willing to sacrifice your paycheck, your health care, and your child's education just to protect his own power, we have to ask ourselves, how much longer are we going to sit quiet and let fear control us? By holding jobs and health care and housing programs hostage, Trump positions himself like the provider, like the father figure who decides if you eat, if you have health care, if you keep a roof over your head.
Hi guys, this is Tiana and you're watching Tiana's React. So breaking news guys, America is on the edge of a full-blown shutdown. Congress is fighting. Republicans versus Democrats and the entire US government could grind to a halt. Why can't they just agree? How would this crisis hit ordinary Americans? Well, stay with me, let's break it down. Republicans versus Democrats can't agree on funding. Republicans want big spending cuts plus strict policies on immigration, abortion, climate, while Democrats say those cuts and policies will hurt Americans. Well, how will it affect Americans? For federal workers, millions will be sent home or will work without pay. The healthcare and food aids will be delayed. Like there will be delay in programs like WIC, SNAP, new drug approval, etc. Travels, there will be longer airport security and passport delays. Everyday services, there will be slower government help, tax refund, loans, permits. In summary, it's a political fight in the Washington DC, but the pen lands on ordinary Americans. Well, let's look at other people's opinions to this.
All right, listen, I need you to hear me. There's a 5-alarm fire happening in this country and Donald Trump is pouring gasoline on it. He just said that he wants to inflict maximum pain on the American people. And of course, his administration is going to go right along with that. Let that venomous phrase sink into your brain. Maximum pain. He does not give a single damn about who this hurts. Our own fucking president, a man who swore an oath to protect and serve the American citizens, is publicly relishing in the thought of our suffering. Us, our families, our friends and neighbors. He is salivating at the chaos. This isn't the old playbook. Any government program that isn't funded by September 30th, those employees won't be furloughed. They will be fired, flat out terminated, adding to the already 148,000 federal workers who have been fired or forced to resign since the beginning of this year. These aren't just numbers. They are families. These are people with mortgages, car payments, sky-high energy bills, expensive groceries, and many with kids in school. They are being thrown to the wolves so that Donald Trump can make a political point. His attitude is simple. We have a government shutdown, then we have one. He is shrugging his shoulders at the collapse of our basic services. The deadline is in 4 days. At midnight, September 30th, the clock runs out. There's no deal made, then we enter a shutdown October 1st. And in a twist of cruel irony, or is it, that is the exact day that the new tariffs that he imposed in the dead of night last night will slam into the economy. Tariffs on pharmaceutical drugs, imported trucks, furniture, and other goods. So picture this, because this is the future they are designing and a stark reality. A mother, a federal employee, gets a termination notice. She loses her health insurance. And on that very same day, she goes to the pharmacy to get her child's asthma medication. And the price has exploded, more than doubled, because of the new tariffs. She is left with no income, no insurance, and a bill that she cannot pay. This is not a government. This is a weapon aimed directly at the heart of American people. They're not trying to govern, they're trying to break us. So I have to ask you, America, and I ask this with every ounce of urgency that I have, what are we going to do about it? When are we going to do more than just march in the streets?
The story is, if Congress can't get their act together, the government will shut down on Wednesday to schedule the meeting.
Right.
Not why can't they agree on deal points.
Because Republicans have to ask Donald Trump's permission to get together. He controls their every move, and so they can't do it unless he tells them to. And he instructs them, and they do what he says. And the Democrats, well, no comment.
When a black woman cut herself off, then blink. According to Donald Trump, Democrats are demanding free health care for illegal immigrants, dead people on the Medicaid rolls.
I agree with that.
And of course, Democrats are demanding this.
They want to have transgender for everybody. These people are crazy, the Democrats.
Okay. Wait. I could get a transgender?
I was just going to say, for everybody?
I'll take one.
I'll take one too.
All right.
Does it mean we all get a trans surgery, or you get a trans person to just like kick it with? Like what?
That's what I thought was a friend, right? A transgender homie.
That means one for each of us.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, America? Democrat government shutdown in their own words. So let's see what Democrats have historically said about government shutdowns. Because as you know, they're willing to shut down the government if illegal aliens don't get health care. So let's start with Chuck Schumer.
To hold these people hostage instead of just letting them do their jobs, which they want to do while we work out our differences. So wrong.
This is democracy. And in a democracy, hostage tactics are the last resort for those who can't win their fights through elections, can't win their fights in Congress, can't win their fights for the presidency, and can't win their fights in the courts.
A government shutdown of any duration would harm hardworking Americans and our economy.
Why should we ask TSA officers to go without their hard-earned pay while they protect our airports?
I'm a senator from Virginia. Some of the hardest effects of shutdown will be seen in my state.
If the government shuts down, it will be average Americans who suffer most.
Some who right now are trying to figure out how they're going to pay rent, how they're going to make mortgage payments, how they're going to keep college payments going, how they're going to keep the lights on, how they're going to keep food on the table.
Had the government shut down, hundreds of thousands of people would have not gotten their paychecks.
Adam Schiff.
Federal employees would have been furloughed, sent home.
Our military won't get paid. Head Start teachers won't get paid. Our wildfire fighters won't get paid. Federal prison guards won't get paid.
A government shutdown means seniors who rely on Social Security could be thrown into chaos. Our veterans could see regional VA offices shut down and support services put on hold.
Shutdowns are not good for the economy.
Shutdowns cost taxpayers billions of dollars per week.
Shutdowns cost the economy billions of dollars.
They cost businesses money. They could even cause a downgrade to the nation's credit rating.
Families who benefit from WIC and other nutrition programs could see benefits halted.
If this shutdown continues indefinitely, 39 million Americans will risk not having enough food. They will lose their SNAP benefits in February.
So yeah, Democrats, why are you threatening to shut down the government because illegal aliens won't have health care? In your own words, you said that was a bad idea. The fuck is wrong with you?
Hey guys, it's Jim. I don't normally post these kinds of videos, reacting to stuff that Trump says or tweets or posts or all of the other stupid stuff that he does. But this one I'm going to comment on. We're on the eve of a government shutdown. And Donald Trump is shitposting crappy AI fake videos of Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries just making stuff up. Take a look.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
Right, so here we are about, 24 hours or so before a government shutdown. They're talking about, if the government shuts down, firing thousands of federal workers. People will be furloughed. Offices will be closed. Parks may be closed down temporarily. I mean, people will suffer as a result of government shutdown. And Donald Trump is doing this kind of stupid stuff. People need to wake up. The President of the United States is acting like a damn fool. And the government is about to shut down.
So guys, this shutdown isn't just politics in Washington, it's real life for millions of Americans. From unpaid federal workers to delayed services, the impact will be everywhere, guys. Will the politicians finally put the people first, or will Americans be left to suffer? Well, let me know what you think in the comments. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to support the channel. Till next time.